Oh my gosh. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aaron, better known as TeAmoAaron. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. If you hear my mother in the background, it's because her office is right outside. She's loud and rude and she won't be quiet. So if you are an OG subscriber of mine, you know where I am right now. I am in my room in Atlanta. So yeah, I dropped out of my program, quit my job, and I moved back home in a matter of 2 weeks. So let me put the clip in here of where I'm working now. The reason I left, so I manifested 2 things in my life at the exact same time. As most of you know, I have a bullet journal and I write down everything that I want in my life, everything that I want to attain, everything I want to work towards. I write it down and I work my butt off to get there, and 99.99% of the time it comes true. And so 2 things I wrote down. I wrote down that I wanted a great, amazing job in Atlanta by August 2018. And I also wrote down that I wanted to get into my doctoral program by, I believe it was May 2018. I know one was gonna happen, the other one was gonna happen. So I prayed and reflected and you know, and really focused on both, and both happened at the exact same time. Well, maybe a couple months apart. When I got into my doctoral program, I had already applied to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech took forever to respond to me. So I was like, oh, maybe I didn't get it. But then, so then I got into my doctoral program. I was like, great, I'll just do that. And then Georgia Tech happened, and then that kind of worked out. So then I had to make a decision. Do I stay here and do this doctoral program, or do I go back to Atlanta, you know, take this amazing opportunity at this amazing school? And ultimately I decided that Georgia Tech was the better option for me at this age, at this time. I can go to school at any time. I'm just turned 27. So I have a long time to go back to get my doctorate. I have my undergraduate degree and I have my master's. And so the next one would be my doctorate. I have time, and I'm going to apply again and I'm going to get in again. So that's the big update, that's the big surprise. So how I quit my job. I made an entire video already about how I interviewed, what was the process, when I applied, all that. So that'll be the next video I upload if you guys are interested. So leave that in the comments if you wanna see that journey. So after my on-campus interview in late July, I went to HR before I even knew I got the job, and I just asked them, how do you quit? I had no idea how to quit a job. You know, is there something like hidden in my contract that I need to give them like 30 days notice? Is it 2 weeks notice? What is it? The HR guy was just like, yeah, you know, you just give in your 2 weeks, you know, tell your supervisor, email your supervisor, and CC us on it, and that was it. So very, very simple. About a week later, after I talked to HR, I got a verbal yes that I got the job first, but always make sure that you get it in writing. So I got a verbal yes maybe on a Wednesday, and then on a Thursday I got my written yes, and that Friday I resigned. And this is a clip of me the morning that I was going to resign. I was so terrified. So I'm sitting on the floor in my room. It's about 7:30 a.m. August 17th, Friday, and I have to quit my job today. I've been like reciting what I should say, like, you know, thank you guys so much for the opportunity to be here. You know, I don't want to burn any bridges, but it's like, this is my time, you know, like this is something that's going to advance my career. So I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to say, and I feel like I'm just going to burst out into tears. And I really don't want to cry. I want to be like a boss, like in the most humble way, but like boss. And I feel like I'm gonna be in there like, I'm so sorry. You know, I don't want to do that. Be a punk. I don't want to do that. I need to put in my 2 weeks so that I can move across the country. But I'm scared. Okay, pray for me. I'm about to get it over with. I'm about to get it over with. What a job is not, you know, you stay in this job for 15 years, especially if you want to move forward and like work your way up. Your job is to get you in a position so you can get a better job, you know? And it just so happened that this opportunity came so quickly. I did feel a little guilty that I was leaving my team behind, but I had to do what I had to do for me, for my well-being, for myself. I talked to my boss. I told them that, you know, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me. But I have found a position at Georgia Tech, and I've accepted their offer, and I will be putting in my 2 weeks. For the most part, everyone was very accepting and understood that it's a business decision, it's not personal, and that was that. So then on to moving. So first, I had to break my lease. I told them on like August 15th or so. So there is a prorate fee. So that means that I am responsible for the next 30 days of rent. So 1 month's rent was $696. Then there was a reletting fee, which is like a cancellation fee of $592. My lease was not up until November. So because I canceled my contract early, I had to pay a $592 reletting fee. Then I had to ship my car and my apartment. So I did ship my car from Atlanta to El Paso a year ago. I work with that same company. They are called National Transport, and they are kind of like the liaison between the other moving companies. Called them, they found a dispatcher in my area. Last year was $895 and this year was $695, so that was a steal. Then to move my apartment, I used a different company. I went through a company called Allied Van Lines. So my car and my apartment were 2 different companies. Even though Allied Van Lines, they did ship cars, they were gonna charge me $1,200, and I was not gonna do that. So I went through multiple different companies to see what was the best price for me. Some people charge $4,000, some people charge $3,900. So Allied Van Line, the total came to about $2,600 to move my entire apartment across the country. And once they get here, they're gonna reassemble everything. The reason why I shipped my stuff across the country as opposed to selling it is because I had such a quick turnaround. I felt like, you know, me moving back into my first apartment, me repurchasing all of my furniture doesn't make sense. And I feel like $2,600 I'd be spending more on new furniture. Plus, whenever you work for a new organization, a new company, and in my case, a new institution, they will give you moving expenses. So not only did I have to break my lease and move my stuff across the country, I also had to remember to cancel a ton of things. So I had to cancel my renter's insurance. I had to cancel my electric bill. I had to return my cable box to Spectrum with all the wires and things. I had to return my office key. I had to return my parking pass. I had to transfer my medication. It was a lot. It was a lot. I am now living in my mother's home with my mom and my stepdad. It's just the 3 of us. My life has been catapulting into the next century very, very quickly. I'm a little overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm so happy. I'm so blessed. I just thank God for everything that I have. I feel so happy. And in my next video, I will explain everything. When I applied, how I applied, what to expect, interview tips. So that'll be the next one. If you're interested in that, please stay tuned. Like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.